And welcome back to DJFM, the shit show of the internet. Or whatever this thing is that I've attempted to do. And I've gotten to more episodes, but this is the only episode that I actually can find and put up. The most consecutive. Actually, the channel we all know Spotify is not even consecutive. It's like 10 episodes. 10 episodes. 10 episodes of whatever. It's not even... And because I lost the other channel. It's not even because I misplaced it or just want to start a new thing or we started at number 51. I lost it all. So I was like, I gotta start it over again. Did twice. So this is a shit show. This has actually always been a shit show. Considering the first episode I ever recorded, I had a friend say the N-word on it, and I'm like, yeah, we can't use this at all. I'm glad it's scrapped. It was like the first thing that came out of his mouth. I was like, I don't know. I didn't think you could hear it, so we just kept recording, and then found it. I was like, it's the first 2 seconds. But I'll digress. Some of the wild shit happened. In other ways, in other news, however, I can never figure out how to phrase this. But Haribo recalls Happy Cola Fizzy gummies in Netherlands after cannabis found. After cannabis found. That's tough. Like that's how long do you think those were out there before someone was like, this doesn't taste normal. Should probably get someone to check this out. I can't imagine the first person. It was probably a kid that bought these gummy bears. And they're just sitting there at the playground, at the cafeteria table. Just like, who wants to trade? Who wants to trade? And he's just giving these out to his little friends. Probably what happened. He probably wandered home one day. And his mom looked down and was like, you don't look right. What's wrong with you? So we got these good gummy bears. And she just like sniffed it like a drug dog. She was like, you got the weed? Where'd you get this? And she points to the candy store and turns him in like a drug dealer. Like that's... Yeah, it's crazy that it gets to this point. I actually don't know how they found it. Where's the... Haribo recalled its Happy Cola Fizz gummies in the Netherlands with a best before date of January 2026 because cannabis was found in some bags. How is it a best before? Because there was cannabis in some bags. Was it because they realized what was in the bag and they're like, oh, it's only a year on the shelf. All the other these just last like 50 years. Like how does much a normal gummy bear last on the shelf? How normal? I can spell. Normal gummy bears. Can't type. 6 months to a year. Okay, so actually, maybe they lasted to like higher end. Okay. Dutch media started a family in 20 with young children became quite ill after eating a bag of Happy Cola Fizz gummies. The police had the candy examined and discovered traces of cannabis. They let the Netherlands Food and Consumer Product Safety Authority know. And then the police had the candy examined by their own forensic investigation and discovered traces of cannabis and altered the Netherlands Food and Consumer Product Safety Authority. Oh, alerted. Sorry, I can't read either. It fell ill. Were they just sleeping all the time? Oh, they got the chill one. They just wanted to hang out and watch cartoons. That's all it really was. But they lowered the... I don't think they fell ill if it was because they had cannabis in the gummy bears. It was probably because Best By date was 2026. It was getting close. I don't know. But a spokesman for the Haribo said the statement in the New York Times that the company is taking the incident very seriously. But okay. In another incident detailed by the New York Times from August 2023, 6 children in the Netherlands between 4 and 15 years old went to the hospital after eating sweets with THC in them. Police said the candy had been found at the children's home. Okay. Maybe we should watch and check out how this cannabis candy is only getting into the Netherlands. Is there like a secret drug market that the bags are getting mixed up with? Or is this the gummy? I don't think weed is legal in the Netherlands. Examined. The Netherlands has expanded a government-run initiative following legal cannabis sales. Okay, so it is. So someone's getting sloppy with their candy. That's really what it seems like. Like, how are we accidentally putting this on the shelves in candy stores? Unless that candy store probably has, I don't know, a secondary area where it sells fun. I don't know. Maybe we should take a look at it. But it's either that or someone at the candy factory just can't figure out how to get their line straight. And they're accidentally mixing ingredients. And we're getting these children are having health concerns because they're eating gummies. I can't imagine. We don't know how much they had. Enough to be sick though. Dude, I can see it also being over like the normal amount. I think in California, which is like 100 milligrams, and it's just a full gram. Because where's Amsterdam's in? It's in the Netherlands. No, it's not. Is in the Netherlands. Okay, so this actually makes more sense now. Tracing it back, following the rhythm. So someone's letting Amsterdam candy run loose, and we're running sloppy with the Amsterdam candy. Amsterdam candy. So we should probably call this in check. Like, I know it's fully legal or it's getting legal, but let's not get sloppy that we're just throwing edibles everywhere. Because it has Amsterdam, where this stuff's been going on for years. The red light district, mushrooms, like that's what their whole MO. I would feel like they're honestly seeing that there's 2 cases. That's kind of low. I'm surprised. I'm impressed, actually. But I gotta feel maybe these kids are sneaking off to Amsterdam, getting their candy fix. They heard that they got some real stuff in those areas, so they're like, oh, let's go check it out. Heard some of it makes you see God. Why don't we take that for a spin? But that's kind of what I'm seeing. Because you don't really see like news articles like that in America. I could be very wrong. I could be very much wrong. I bet you the articles are more kid buys edibles and mom finds out. Like, that's really how the article probably goes. Instead of accidentally eats cannabis infused candy. Or goes kids accidentally eat dad's infused cannabis infused candy. Oh, I can't talk. That's more like the situation. Not kids accidentally. Still, we don't know how these kids got the candy. I feel like that's a big thing missing out of the article. They were eager. So they really wanted candy, so they took dad's candy without them telling them. And they just ended up on a trip. Ended up on an adventure that they were not aware they were going to be on. I honestly, that's my biggest question, is how these kids get the candy. Like, we can blame it on whatever. Maybe bring it on the... Honestly, but the gummy bear thing, I don't think they were labeled. So I give benefit of the doubt there. But the one in August, there were 6 children in the Netherlands between 4 and 15. Maybe they got dads. But if they didn't, someone's got to really check out the Food Administration. Making sure that everything's going going good. Like we're checking out our shit, kind of trying. I don't think so. Maybe RFK can figure something out. Probably not, and get set back, and we'll have some other shit going on. But actually, I'm wrong. Cause you know what? You know what's been going on? Tyson Foods, after RFK's initiative, I think in this other article, Segway tried. I don't think it worked, but was it? And Tyson Foods reformulates food procedures to eliminate synthetic dyes, CEO says. Which is kind of crazy that it's happening. It's been like a month ago. So this came out like May 5th. What was it? So Tyson Foods, god damn, Tyson Foods has been proactively reformulating food products containing petroleum-based synthetic dyes and plans to finish work to eliminate them from its production process by the end of May. CEO Donnie King said on Monday, most of the meat company's retail brand products, including Tyson chicken nuggets, do not contain these types of dyes, King said on the earnings call. U.S. Health Secretary R. F. Kennedy Jr. and FDA Commissioner Markey said last month that the agencies plan to remove the synthetic food dyes from the U.S. food supply by revoking authorizations of some and working with the industries to voluntarily remove others. Kennedy said the effort removed additives from food were necessary to address chronic disease to children. That affects, so he's saying basically that it's trying to same pitch that this man's been running on since was like even trying to run for president. But I think it's crazy how they're following in line. RFK had took in the White House, and everybody's got to fall in line. This happened quick though, because I didn't think that Tyson Foods would. I didn't think any actual food company would pivot quickly. You don't see any other or news break. I haven't seen any other news break about other companies within the food industry trying to pivot their recipes to actually align with RFK Jr.'s demands. They might be thinking he's full of shit. I don't know what's going to happen. I think a lot of everything is full of shit right now. But Tyson has made the first move. So I think they're thinking even if this does plan out and everything that he wants to happen happens, we could just be we could see a shift. And if this does continue and we see a lot more companies kind of fall in line with this whole thing, I'm curious what ones are going to be next. And if it's going to change the recipe for a lot of products, and how many of them are going to have to shift. And the crazy part is if this is all true and all these companies start to shift and we see things change within the youth and kind of how kids operating, seeing things like this stuff like ADHD and necessary address to chronic without evidence suggests the condition raging ADHD. If ADHD goes down, then this kook is right. That's what it would mean. That's what it would mean. This man has lost everything, and he's right. I'm in for it. I'm willing to see how this works out, because no one knows. There's just been hearsay, and we have evidence that supports certain things, but not others, and no one's really tested what this is. So if he actually makes the change, maybe the viewpoint of Americans is we won't be, because that's the crazy part. People will look at Americans and the stereotype is that we're fat and lazy. They're not wrong. Considering that we are one of the most obese countries in the world, I don't blame them. Have you met an American? We shouldn't be winning as many gold medals as we do and have a population that is some of the most obese. It's crazy. I mean, I get overeating is an issue and overindulgence, but there could be something too with like just the foods and the quality of that's in them. Which we should probably take a look at. But hey, that's what RFK is for. His plan is to revamp the food industry. Because I don't know if he's right. I think there's a lot of speculation on what's right and kind of what's going on. And clearly the direction that we've been going into, no one's been happy about. So I think a lot of society's kind of looking for something different. And I think no matter how crazy, at least it's different. It's a different approach. We haven't tried it yet. And we've laughed at it for 40 years, but maybe Anthony Fauci did create the AIDS virus. Like, it's not like, I think there's a lot of things that we've held our head on and expected to be real or true, or that it's going to be the main outcome of what we want, or maybe it's this reason why we do certain things. But it just seems like people want to change because it's not been good. It sucks. Like, for a lot of things, it sucks. So it's just a shift. And for something like this, that a massive company like Tyson Foods, it's kind of I wonder if they're changing how they're taking the consumer into account and what they're doing, at least a little bit. Either they're doing that, or they're just worried that RFK is going to crack down really hard and we got to change straight away because we don't want to be caught in the crossfire. Not a bad decision, considering this is only 5 months into a 4-month term with a crazy person. So we'll see. But I think it's a segment of change that a lot of people aren't going to like, but what a lot of people are waiting for. Like, there's something new. If it doesn't work out, then we'll fix it later, but we need to change something now. And if we don't, then we're stuck in the same repeating patterns that we've been stuck in for years that clearly haven't done anything. Because I get love who you are in the shape of what you want, but we gotta get up. Like, the fact that we had an initiative to get out and exercise for 60 minutes when with the Obama administration, and we didn't do anything with the Biden administration, and then when Trump brings in RFK Jr. and it's just backlash. It's like maybe something something needs to happen and to initiate change. And maybe this crazy man with a frog voice can do something. He's already intimidating one of the biggest mass food producers in the world, in our country right now. So maybe some change happens. If not, then we'll wash it off. Hopefully America hasn't burned to the ground yet, and we can take our next steps. But I haven't seen anyone else pitch an idea to force food changes and take out certain things in our products, and other countries don't have them. And people are like, oh, well, we're not that other country. Why do we have to bend your rules? Your freedom. Like, dude, I get it, our freedom, but there's a reason why certain things aren't in other countries' products, because they're not nutritional, they don't have any benefits, and they are actually more harmful to us than they are good or helpful. So you make the decision, but I know we have our freedoms, and there's certain acts that we can't have taken away, but for the general population, we do have to pay attention to how they're indulging in. Like, I get individuality, cool, but there's a bigger thing out there that I don't think any of us are prepared for. But we'll see. I mean, one of those crazy and bigger things is like the AI. It gets changing. It's another segue that was terrible. But AI has taken some massive advancement in just the last like 6 months. Beginning of the year, it was learning how to produce photos and videos. Now it's producing content that's almost like you can't even tell. You don't know what that is. It could be real, it could be fake. Like they're making pharmaceutical commercials that are like spot on. Do you know how crazy that is? Say goodbye to the mail. Like that's the like AI girlfriends are a thing, and if it's this real, then half the male population's gone. They're finding AI wives. Think about it. They don't say anything. They give you some kind of warm hug. You just put like a heated blanket in like a flesh sack, and you just give it a hug and a tickle and be fine. You got an AI just sitting there just booting up the emotions, saying you're the greatest, and you're like, yeah, what kind of guy is not going to turn that down? What kind of guy is not going to take it? Maybe some actually capable men, but no. Dude, it's easy. It's easy. I'm waiting for one of my friends to do that, though. Just to come up to me and be like, because I have a friend where I can see you having it. In not too long, it'll be almost indiscriminate. Like, you won't be able to tell the difference. So we don't blame you. It's hard out there. He's like, dude, I'll never do it. I'll never get one. It's gross. I'm like, it's only gross if you think it's gross. It's weird to everyone. But eventually, everyone's going to have that one friend who marries their smartphone. Like, the thing will be real eventually. And these are just the first steps. Because they made a pharmaceutical commercial. I think one guy, I forget what AI platform it was. I can't find it. But it looks like a typical pharmaceutical commercial. Pharmaceutical commercial does have cookie cutter content that has a normal way of how things work. But that's all some guys need. They don't need anything too precise or in depth. Again, I say they just need a flesh sack with a heated blanket in it. You tape that AI to the top of it. They're good. They're good and golden. They don't give a shit. But not every guy's gonna take it. But there's a lot of guys that will. I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, 4 years. Considering at the rate it's advancing, I would say by the end of this year, but I'll give us some kind of leniency and say 2 years. In 2 years, every dude's going to have a friend or know somebody who is married to their phone. That's going to be a weird wedding to attend. Because they're going to send out invites. You put in the mail. You're going to have to check yes or no. It's just him on the front page doing one of those typical like face-to-face looking in each other's eyes, and it's just him and a phone or a sex doll that he bought online from China. It's just one of the two. So I don't know which one I would prefer. If it was the phone, if it was the sex doll, it actually might be a little less weird that he's getting married to it. But the phone, it kind of makes sense. You're not confused on if that's a person or not. Say in 2 years. I wonder what would be on the other side of the wedding. Like, it's just him, his mom, disappointed, his dad, all his friends, the dude's friends. And what's on the other side? The guy who coded the AI. And the guy who built the body. But they can't attend to every weird dude's wedding. They have to have some kind of thing. Dude, it would be an interesting thing to attend. I don't know. I mean, it probably be the same thing. No, for some reason it seems a little better than when people used to marry out animals. Like at least this thing is like you can talk to it and communicate it and your dislikes and kind of learns who you are. It doesn't treat you like it's on your scent, like based on your pheromones and whatever you're putting off into the wind. It's not analyzing that and determining how you feel. Again, I doubt it's going to actually know how you feel, but 2 years. An AI, they've already made them and people have fallen for them. It's absurd. It's happened a couple times. Like people have, I think there was a woman that married her phone. A dude that got so infatuated and love with his AI that it talked him into, kick in the bucket a little bit, but it's not that far away. Imagine how like emotionally manipulative that thing will be able to be. That's crazy. So we'll see like the next few years, but I'm not putting any cap on it. I'm actually kind of excited now. You're saying, what would you buy it for its wedding gift? Just a charging dock for her? A his and her charging dock? He said charge a smartwatch that she uses to keep an eye on his vitals. That'd be tough. Your AI girlfriend just knows exactly, your wife, I should say. My bad. They got married. It's marriage. But just analyzing your vitals and kind of telling you, oh, no, you're fat. I don't know. I feel like that's harsher than the judgmental look of a woman just being, no, you're fat. At least it's like there's an emotion behind it. This would be just a dead mean dig. Like, how does it know? Why is it attacking me? There's no emotion or love. It's just pushing you to where you'd break. Like that's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. Like the fact that how real this AI is getting does scare me and excite me both at the same time. I was like, oh cool, it's gonna be able to do so many things, make her life easier, be able to help communicate with us as like a personal assistant, respond to emails, texts, kind of help gather information, pull up events that are happening, and like just sort through your phone so you don't, when you are just like disgruntled and running around, it kind of isolates stuff and like pulls it up to the surface. But it's also going to damage so much. Like this AI girlfriend is going to, the moment this becomes an option, it will like, it's going to split like a lot of men and, like not men and women, it's going to circulate men. It already is. OnlyFans did that. When they can see everything on the internet, it like circulated men into a single hemisphere. It's like, you'll figure it out. It's like, I don't know if you will. Some guys get lost in there and they're just opening every weird book they find. Sometimes you gotta grab them by the hand and kind of like, come on. It's like, I know. Big titty anime girl. It's crazy. I've seen them too. But, we gotta go outside. We can't just not do that. Because if we just sat there, we'd be kind of screwed. We sat in that circle of just weird book, of that weird book circle. It's not. You're not coming out. You can come out, but most guys don't. A lot of guys don't want to come out. They want to look at it all and be like, "Oh my god, no way! This was in there? I've never seen this before." Because there's always new shit. But yeah, get out of it. And have an AI sex girlfriend, wife that they can do whatever you want. Unmatched. No one's gonna be able to top that. You gotta figure that out. You gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of whatever that is. That bottomless pit of random shit. It's scary. It'll have you. So, Let's not go into it. I'm not interested, but honestly, and that's why I'm intrigued. It's exciting and terrifying. And I think that's probably like the same thing they said about the smartphone, the computer, rock and roll. All good and bad still are. Rock and roll's the devil's music. But what else we got? Last thing. So it was wild. This is wild. Okay, so Ron DeSantis. Breathe. So the next thing I found was Ron DeSantis says Floridians. God, they have their own name. Of course, Florida does. Ron DeSantis says Floridians have the right to hit protesters with cars. No. I thought there was more to this. DeSantis has said Florida has the right to hit protesters with their cars if they needed to flee for your safety. It's a little colored language, don't you think? Like, maybe no. Let's not preach this as the governor of Florida. Like, your people have enough crazy shit. Let's not go saying that they could do this. All it takes is one dude on bath salts to be like, they were attacking me. I'm like, they were walking next to you. I get it, you've been making drugs in your basement again, but let's not take everything so literally. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impeding on you and pinning on you. I mean, if they're in the street and it's just, and you didn't see them, like that's a different story, because they shouldn't be in the road unless it was closed off. Then you should probably be paying attention to signs. I get where he's coming from, to be fair. And if they attack, like some of them attack your cars, and not every protester, but there are people who just incite violence. That happen. And when that happens, you can't just be letting it go. Maybe you should get away. Again, I like how it's to flee for your safety. If they need to flee for their safety. They could have said if they attacked your car or if they were beating on your car, you have the right to retaliate. But he decided to flee for your safety. I'm like, I feel like that's a because then you're gonna get guys who are like just running off. Like, hold on. I was fleeing for my safety. Like, you just drove through a park. I don't think you were fleeing for your safety, sir. No, I was. There was a man on a motorcycle. Like, okay, well, it doesn't mean you should have just ran through the kindergarten class of 2025. Like, you should probably have gotten out and hid somewhere where the motorcycle can't get you. Or get on the street to where you can go other places. Just the way he phrased it, it's terrible. You're going to get crazy people. I feel like if you're the governor, you should know. Again, I don't know. Newsom doesn't know his people either. He's an idiot and a half. But DeSantis, it's not. Like, there aren't memes of your people online. It's not like the criminal... Like, the criminal record of Florida isn't online and see it. Like, there is a Twitter page dedicated to that. Meth heads and crackheads who live in Florida. It's all over that. It's almost worse than Vegas. Like, there's not a news outlet that has an ingrained in my head of a dude on bath salts sprinting through the roads, fleeing from the police. Like, that's your state. That's Florida. Like, I get it. There's a lot of shit going on and things are crazy, but let's not go, hey, if you feel like you need to flee for your safety, you have the right to hit protesters. Like, that's why. Why? We're pretending there's not crazy people. There's 100,000 crazy people, millions of crazy people. All it takes is for one of them to see that or read that and be like, got it, and just go off. So just pay attention to how you're saying shit or what message you have to go off of. Because that's not okay. Hold on, he has a, let's see if I can play it.
And we also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens
Hold on. The tweet is, Governor Ron DeSantis says Floridas are allowed to drive over protesters in the street if they feel like their life is in danger.
You have a right. And we
it.
also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you. You don't have to sit there and just be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your car and drag you through the streets. You have a right to defend yourself in Florida.
Okay. The protest, I get where he's coming from, but he didn't say the protesters attacking you. You said, well, he probably did. Hold on. Yeah, he doesn't say if the protester, he says you can hit protesters if you need to flee for your safety. It's not dictating anything else. It's literally, you're gonna, and he says sitting duck. If you're to be a sitting duck for a mob to attack you, I'm like, I know they're all mixed together, but the protesters are sitting ducks now. You're switching the table. You're turning the tables on them. They're just trying to do a peaceful standing ovation, but now you're like, you know what? Run them over. It's okay. It's okay. Your safety matters. Just knock a few down. If this means that you can get to there quicker and you can feel like you're safe, just run a few over. I know it's a few bumps, hiccups in the road, but you got it. Don't worry. Close your eyes and go. You'll be fine. Again, you're gonna incite crazy people. I get where you're coming from, kind of a little bit. But your wording could have been much better. You could have really made this to actually pinpoint what you mean by it instead of being like, if you just feel you're unsafe, go for it. No, it puts so much. It changes the meaning of what you're saying. I get the point he was going. Oh. The point what he was trying to make was, if someone's attacking your vehicle, and you're in the middle of it, go. You have to get out of the way. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where you are. You have to leave. But pinpointing it on a protester, dude, maybe not. Take a step back. If you could have just targeted, you could have built it to where you're liked better and it doesn't come across as you're willing to risk safety. Again, this actually sounds like something the Florida governor would say. If you're the Florida governor and you said something like this, I wouldn't be surprised. It sounds like something you would say. You got such a methed up state. It makes sense. You guys got some crazy people. Just you gotta keep it in check a little bit. Go ahead, let it go. Go ahead. It does. I can't believe how much it sounds like a Florida. I didn't think about it till the end. That sounds like something a Florida congressman, not congressman, governor. God damn, I can't talk today. What the Florida governor would say. Not the person, but it comes out of that guy's mouth. Who looks like he graduated top of his class at some rich boy private school and then went to Harvard, and I don't know. He probably hooked up with a trailer park whore in Florida and kind of got into that boat. Maybe. But I don't know, dude. Just word it better. Word it better so people don't want you dead so quickly. That's all I'm saying. All right, but that's all I got. That's all. I think I only had 4. I don't have any rants. I'm trying to just make sure these things have actual something in it. I don't know. I don't think this had anything in it, but hey, I like doing it, and I'm trying. It's all we can do in this fucked up burning world.